Hi, I'm Phil Parker, and when the team at BRM decided that we were going to put on this virtual model railway exhibition, they said to me, well, you better bring along a layout as well, but all my layouts are in storage and during lockdown I can't go and get them. So they said, well, you better build something new then. And this is it, Ferness Quay, a micro layout, 30 inches long, plus a fiddle yard, which includes a station, a little bit of shunting, a little goods yard, control panel, all the stuff that you'd find on a normal model railway, but in a much smaller space. I'm going to be taking you through all the steps that I went through to build this layout, showing you all the tricks, all the tips, all the skills required, and some of the materials that I've had to pull out the back of the cupboard because I can't go to the shops very easily. Hopefully by the end of the weekend you'll have seen how I've put this together, and I think it's an attractive little scene, and with a bit of luck it'll inspire a few more people to get out there and get Britain modelling.
The key to a successful micro layout is to spend a bit of time with the design. There isn't any space to spare. I looked at an awful lot of models when I was designing Ferness Quay, and one that's always appealed is Neil Rushby's Shell Island. Lovely little layout, 22 inches by 20, and it's absolutely full of atmosphere despite its small size. I reckoned I'd got 30 inches by 15 to work on, knocked up a quick plan in any rail, and then handed this over to Andy York to play around with and see what he could come up with in terms of making the layout look nice. Now, I specified that I was looking at having a small quayside, and to be honest, I'd got the points already. They are off the shelf for a previous project, so I knew what I'd got in the way of track work, because right at that point Pico weren't producing, and so I needed to use what I'd got to hand, and that I was able to hand to Andy and say, off you go. Now, the great thing about using any rail or design software is that you can be confident everything's going to fit. That's important because I wanted to fit a control panel in the corner of the layout as well. I didn't want to have lots of extra plugs and sockets, so building the control panel in made sense. Then we had the quay side, and I'd worked out I wanted some sort of slipway, very much based on Neil's idea. The station I'd already decided was going to be a Wills station halt kit. Wills station halt kit is one I've wanted to use in a project for quite some time, and again, on a little layout, a tiny little station is absolutely perfect because it doesn't take up too much space. It's not going to dominate the whole thing. We will of course need some goods facilities and a shed of some sort. Hadn't worked out the size, just designed something that looked like it fitted in reasonably nicely, and pop that on the corner and leave it to later. We'll work out how we're going to do that one, sort of thing. And I mean, there is definitely an area where it's a little bit art, and you sort of make things up as you go along. You'll notice that as we go through the build, that I haven't really stuck to Andy's plan particularly tightly. There's definitely elements of it in there. For example, we had originally considered having inlaid track along the quayside, and to be honest, I just ran out of time to build that, so didn't worry. I had said I wanted lots of greenery on the layout though, so I said let's put an embankment at the back, some trees, some shrubs. Again, bit of height makes the layout look a lot bigger than it actually is, and of course green stuff is really quick to lay down, as you'll find out when we get to that stage later on. So there we have it. We have the design. All I had to do was go away and build it and film it. So keep watching and you'll see how I got on.